As soon as I started moving independently within the first like couple months, my brain was already adapting and new connections were being made. So what's happening is I'm hearing, but the hearing information is getting sent into the visual cortex, and specific object recognition parts of the brain are activated by echoes. And that's what we've learned in the last 20 years with MRI scans, that we can actually measure and see where the human brain is being like stimulated by this. So in my journey, like within the first couple months, but the trick is I had to get off a person's arm, because when you walk human guide, the body learned. When you walk human guide, the visually impaired person's body learns to perceive through the other human that they're walking with. And so every step taken on someone's arm is really an opportunity lost for the brain to develop on its own. Now, it's very helpful to walk human guide, but our brains are so clever that it literally is perceiving through the body of the other person. Or the brain can learn to perceive through the end of the cane tip, which can be thought of as a long arm. Or you can use the sense of hearing. It's not just hearing, because the brain has made new connections where you're actually imaging. See, that's what everyone's missing. The brain images in two ways. Whether we send it patterns of light or whether we send it patterns of sound. The brain images in two ways. Whoa! Pretty remarkable. And it can be taught, it can be learned, it can be honed, it can be refined. And yes, every human being can take advantage of this ability. No human being has to fear the darkness. We've already been built into our brains with the ability to conquer the fear of darkness. The brain, we've measured it. The brain has the capacity to image form, whether the lights are turned on or turned off. And what this is, echolocation became over the years this very concrete example of how the rest of our senses can learn to integrate in new ways. See, we all forgot how we learned to develop our senses, because we did it as young kids and we just called it play. We all forgot how we learned how to see. We all forgot how we learned to feel. It just happened. And then that as a teacher now, that's what we basically go back and help people like rediscover. It's like, hey, you can reteach yourself these like fundamental skills.